Chapter 4, Stay Humble. The mark of the immature man is that he wants to die nobly for a cause, while the mark of the mature man is that he wants to live humbly for one. By J.D. Salinger, Catcher in the Rye. Despite the woes, despite the woes facing the music industry, if your band is a large draw, there will still be a red carpet and a moist towelette waiting. After a while, you will get used to it. King of Chaos drew a large audience, and our accommodations are top of the line. Not only do we get to stay in fine hotels and drink expensive non-alcoholic beverages, we get to lie down during our flights. Not like that, guys. Flying in lie-down business class seats is part of the art of arriving fit, rested, and ready for a gig. I never used to think about dealing with jet lag and all of that rot. In your 20s, you can beat the shit out of your body every day and bounce back. Don't get me wrong, I can still bounce back, but now I rely on preparedness, rest, and a fitness of body and mind. In rock bands, you can't use age as an excuse. There are too many people who instantly give you shit for an "oh my back" quip. Out there, nobody cares that you're about to turn 50. Let me still addresses me as ya young punk. It's anti-aging by peer pressure. It's anti-aging by peer pressure. Wow. There are no direct flights from Los Angeles to Asunción, Paraguay. So the flight that Matt/Gilby and I were on had a layover in Panama City. The flight was at night, and I assumed the layover would be an hour or two, which would fit in nicely with my rest, fitness, lie down seat plan. For being ready for the gig, I could sleep on this flight after a great workout beforehand and be all set. Except these seats didn't lie down, and I can't sleep sitting up. Matt sat next to me, and he was having the same problem. I saw Gilby kind of sleeping, and I got jealous. He is a true craftsman. He had turned sleeping into an art form, and long mastered the ability to quickly find the button you have to turn off when traveling. Back in row 4, I sat with envy. As we flew the 7-hour trip to Panama, I tossed and turned, and finally gave up. I found some comfort in the fact that I'd be able to sleep after the layover, or the second leg of our journey. On the second leg of our journey. When we arrived in Panama City, I learned that our layover was not 1 but 7 hours. Even when you have to travel in fancy mode, travel is still travel. And a 7-hour layover sucks. I've learned to mentally check out when I travel. You can't fight what gets you in your way. I've waited on tarmacs for upwards of 5 hours. I've had countless weather delays and flight cancellations. Damn, bro, it's gotta be tough. Like, now that I think about this, bro, like, having to, like, actually plan out concerts and all this travel stuff before, like, it's gotta be tough. Like, think about it, right? Like, 1990s or whatever, you're like, I'm gonna be on a plane. Yeah, buddy, you're cooked. You're not playing no games on your phone. You're gonna be playing Snake on that phone, you know? But that's tough. I guess, like, we got, like, I don't know. We got so much ease of access now. But anyways, continuing. As we flew the 7-hour trip to Panama. Oh, wait, I already read this. Hold up, my bad. I'm tripping. Oh, yeah. Even when you travel... Oh, I read that too. I'm kind of slow here. Okay. So I looked on the bright side. This is the sort of tour that affords me the opportunity to fly my family out. Since we'd been touring through Thanksgiving, Susan and our girls, Grace and Mac, were going to meet us in Mexico City, where we were to enjoy a Mexican version of Thanksgiving dinner. Plus, the current travel day would end in a very nice hotel in a very nice hotel in Asuncion with a killer gym. I wasn't about to complain, especially not in front of Matt, Gilby, and Slash. Not that he'd be awake to hear it. It occurred to me that it occurred to me during our flight that this was the this was the use your illusion version of GNR, with the one obvious exception as we sat in Panama City. I realized that this was the first time the four of us had traveled together to South America since our last GNR gigs were since our last GNR gigs in 1993. The fans in Paraguay remained attached to the thought of GNR and what we did back then. In fact, I think that the lore has grown a bit. When we got off the plane in Asuncion, the police met us at customs. They explained that there were a thousand oh my god, there were 1,000 kids waiting out at a baggage, and they were very emotional. Our local security guys would guide us through a police line that was set up the last minute. Our vans would be waiting right outside the doors, and security would get our luggage for us. They weren't sure how long they would hold the kids, so we were instructed to go directly to the vans. They seemed very serious. Shit, okay, got it. Head down and go forward. Don't stop, straight to the vans. When we came out through the sliding smoked glass doors of the customs area, chaos ensued. We clutched our backpacks as kids broke through the police line. None of us were expecting to get our hair and clothes pulled at. Apparently, the Use Your Illusion era GNR guys have still got some pull down south. Damn. That's pretty cool. Or I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. We got, well, not really. I don't think getting your hair pulled is pretty fun at all. We got to the vans and hurried to our hotel. I called Susan, but these are the things that I try not to tell her too much. I don't want her to worry, so I just say, okay, babe. So I made it here all right, and I love you and I miss you already. I love to play music and am fortunate to have fearness for rock and roll deep in my cellar, festering and needing the light from time to time. I love playing in a band, and I've been really fortunate with the gentlemen that I have gotten to share a stage or a rehearsal room with. All the other stuff, the screaming fans, the complimentary career, doesn't really matter when it comes to what I do this for. I haven't always felt this way. For 6 months after the GNR record, Appetite for Destruction finally took off, I really thought that I was a little better I was a little better looking and funnier than I had previously given credit for. People were laughing at my jokes. The opposite sex was suddenly all up in my business. I was the it guy. People finally understood how cool I was. It was about time. Then, one of my older brothers came down to visit me in LA. After witnessing this buffoonery for a couple of days, he sat me down and gave me these people just want to hitch themselves to you and your band and could really give a damn about you talk. I woke up. I had been drinking the Kool-Aid. It's easy to do, especially for rock and roll bands. One of my favorite deep thoughts on the topic occurred when one of my other bands, Loaded, was opening for Alice Cooper a number of years back. After one particularly successful show, we got to talking about Bon Jovi in the song Wanted Dead or Alive. The claim is that I've seen a million faces and I've rocked them all. All? Let's ponder. I have no doubt that Bon Jovi had played to a million people by the time Dead or Alive was released on Slippery When Met in 1986. But did they rock them all? Couldn't it be that some dudes brought their girlfriends to show and weren't necessarily into their music? What about some parents, or maybe some people just don't get rocked? Hey, it's happened to me. I've gone to gigs properly prepared to get rocked, and it just didn't happen. I carried this conversation forward to one of Seattle's illustrations and beloved inside rock, oh my god, beloved indie rock frontman, Death Cab for Cuddy's Ben Gibbard. He said his band had actually had his very same Bon Jovi discussion. The Death Cab guys even wondered if they had maybe played to a million faces. There was one thing that they were about. They hadn't rocked them all. But how could they even be sure? They had played a bunch of festivals, and you know that not everyone there, that you know that not that. Oh my God, bro! See, I'm choking on my words right now. And you know that not everyone was there to see their band. They had probably converted some of those people into new fans, but rocking them all would be a huge overstatement. And what about me? I mean, in my whole career, I have certainly played a ton of faces. I'll let you do the math. But hell, I was hammered for a couple of those years. Probably wasn't concentrating on faces at all. Besides, how can you see all of the faces that you play to, hammered or not? Lights are in your eyes. It's dark. You have shades on. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's a crazy combo. Lights in your eyes, it's dark, and you have shades on. Holy fuck. when you headline a smaller venue with, say, 850 people, you can actually see all of the faces in the room. But even if all of those people are there to see your band and not spend their hard-earned money to come and spend the evening with you, is it even possible a few of those people were disappointed? I guess. I've seen 48,000 faces, and I rocked close to 41,000 of them. A good damn percentage, by the way. It's not so poetic. Of course, this isn't meant to be a slight to Bon Jovi, and the same question could be asked about things I've stated in song. I mean, in the GNR song, it's so easy. Was everybody really trying to please me? Or was it just the people I was personally coming across at the time? You see, what I'm getting here, I don't care what your business is. You may have seen a million faces, but it's important to remember that you didn't rock them all. Whoa. Solid chapter, man.